What's up, future millionaires? MTI here. Now, as the thumbnail and title says, what if Forex did this with 𝗟𝗘? Now, real quick, what I'm talking about is if he added a single asset staking pool for 𝗟𝗘. But I'm going to be taking it one step further and talking about the details on how this can be actually beneficial and how he can actually do it. Because if he made a single asset staking pool for 𝗟𝗘, I don't think he should allow it to earn dogs or pigs, right? And I'm going to be going into the detail and the reasoning on why I think so. So stick with me, because I also want to know what you all think about my suggestion as well. Do you think this could be beneficial for 𝗟𝗘 long term? Now, before we jump into that, let's briefly look at the faucet, and I'm also going to show you the dog pound as well. And there's one thing I do want to cover for those people that's in the auto compounding pool like myself. I'm going to show you how to figure out what the price is for the dog BNB LP pair, so that way you can figure out how much you're earning. So let's jump into it. Now, as we can see here, the current price is around $1.94. So yes, it is under that $2 mark. If we head over to the faucet, you can see I got around 4,196 𝗟𝗘. Now, there was an update on the faucet, and this is why this looks a little bit different. Now, regarding the issue that happened the other day, people that use Trust Wallet, they weren't really able to compound, and there's a couple ways you can utilize this while this is being fixed. So number one, if you're only using a phone, you'll want to just use the browser inside of the Trust Wallet and just go to 𝗟𝗘 Community, switch your network over to Binance Smart Chain. It's going to be default on EVM, which is Ethereum Virtual Machine Network. And so what you want to do is switch it over to BSC, go to 𝗟𝗘.community, sign in, and then you can compound from that point. Also, if you go to the Telegram for 𝗟𝗘, they do have a 𝗟𝗘 technical page in there as well. I will only go to the 𝗟𝗘 Telegram to find it, in my opinion, so that way you get the right link. But they also have some other suggestions to help you out as well. One thing I will say also, make sure you do a hard reset on this page here, and make sure your wallet is completely closed out and disconnected as well. And that should help. Try, maybe restarting your phone, restarting your computer, and doing a reset on these things, so that way everything can be up to date, right? Because you'll most likely have kind of like some old cash still in there. So as you can see, this looks different from how it used to look. So if I click on this, you can see I have my Wallet Connect connected here, because I use Trust Wallet and I use MetaMask as well. So real quick, let me show you. You can see now I have Wallet Connect. You can connect your MetaMask. You can also connect your Ledger. I have my Ledger connected through MetaMask. So if I click here, need to log in real quick. So now you can see it's connected. And now you can see this is my second wallet here in 𝗟𝗘, but I can literally switch back over to this wallet right here. So now I do like that you can do this pretty easy, which you can do it before, but now it's more seamless. So you can see I have both wallets connected. Here's the main wallet here. So I'm gonna go ahead and compound this here real quick, and then we will head over to the dog pound. So I did have an issue at first, but one thing that helped me is one, I went on and downloaded the Trust Wallet extension as well. So they do have the Trust Wallet extension for people that uses a laptop. If you're only using a phone, you'll want to use your Trust Wallet D-app browser until this gets fixed. Now, I'm not sure, it may be fixed already, but if you're still having that issue, that's what you'll want to do. So let's go ahead and hit the hydrate recompound here, and it takes a few seconds. There we go, compound success. You can see I now have 4,236 𝗟𝗘. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna head on over to the animal farm. And so I believe this is my 𝗟𝗘 garden wallet. So yeah, you can see I have about 11.5 million plants. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna close out, right, connect. We're gonna hit my MetaMask, connect to my other wallet. We're gonna go over to the dog pound. You can see I still have my 22.49 dogs. I have about 0.02 pigs. As we move down, you can see here's the tax reduction around 16% now. And as we move down, you can see I have about 0.18 dogs BNB LP. Now, essentially, I started staking on the 1st of November, and it's the 18th today. If you look on the calendar here, you can see it's the 18th today. So essentially, I've been gaining about 1% of an LP each day, basically. So let's see how much in dog and BNB LP actually is worth, because some people are like, how do you figure out what this is? I'm going to show you a quick and easy way. So what you want to do is go to farms, and you can go to the dog/w, and what you're going to do, you're going to go to the dogs/rat BNB farm. You want to hit details, and what you want to do is hit view contract. All right, so now we're on BSC scan, and the formula that you want to do, you want to take the liquidity divided by the circulating supply. That's going to give you the price. All right, so here's the token. As you can see, there's an 8.5 million balance, but remember, a liquidity pair is 2 tokens of equal value comprised together, so we need to double this amount. So let's pull up the calculator here. We got 8527, which is basically 8.5 million, times 2, which is going to be a little over 17 million. So there we have it, 17 million, right? And then what we need to do is we need to find the circulating supply. We now know what the liquidity is, 17 million. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on the pancake LPs right here, and it's going to take us over to the total supply, which is a little over 70,123. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that 17 million and divide it by the circulating supply, which will give us the real-time price of the dog BNB LP farm, right, in the dog pound. So what we're going to do, divide it by 70,123. That's going to give us around 243 price for the dog BNB LP pair. So if we go back over to the dog pound, you can see let me refresh this. There we go. So let's move back down. As you can see, 0.18, right? And so the price of this dog/BNB LP balance is 243 per LP token, right? So we hit the calculator, and I've achieved about 18% of that. So what we would do, you know, just for the sake of this video, minus 18%, right? That means I made about $43 in the past, 18 days of staking 22.49 dogs, right? And then if you want to kind of figure out what that comes out to, you can do 43 divided by 18 to figure out how much you made per day. So basically the dog pound has paid me about $2.38 per day. And remember, I put in $1,000 at around the $43 price range on dogs. So that is how you figure out what the price will be for dogs BNB LP pair. So that way you can kind of figure out how much you're earning. And so now what I want to talk about is the suggestion that I believe can really help out Drip in the long term. Now, Forex had already mentioned and said he probably won't do this because he believes it will take away from the faucet, which I completely get where he's coming from. But I want to kind of talk about some details and kind of how I think this can be beneficial. Now, some YouTubers in the Drip Network has touched on this before, stating, hey, you should add a single asset staking pool, right? Well, in my opinion, I do think this will help, and I'm going to go a little bit further on this. So not only do I think what if Forex added a staking pool for Drip, a single asset staking pool, but I think he should do it as in, so it doesn't earn pigs, it doesn't earn dogs, and it doesn't earn BNB, right? And you're probably like, well, Mike, what will it earn? What if Forex did a single asset staking pool for Drip and it earned a stable coin, BUSD, right? That would be massive. And I wouldn't expect it to be the high APRs like the farms or some of the other pools, but I think if he can make it somehow in the smart contract and the mechanics and the emission, make it to be, hey, the minimum it will pay out per year is maybe 20 to 30%, and the maximum will be maybe 70 to 80%, right? So that way now people have a legit way to earn passive income without having to sell Drip. They don't have to do any extra steps. They can stake it and they're going to earn BUSD. But also, I think if he did something like this, he should add some type of a tax as well. Rather, it's 1% in, 1% out, 2% in, 2% out, and that Drip will go to the tax vault. So now, not only do you have one of the core pools on the farm sending Drip to the tax vault, but now you're going to have probably the most popular single asset staking pool sending Drip to the tax vault, because now people don't have to worry about earning an asset that's fluctuating. They're earning an asset that's in a stable coin, which is what most people want right now anyway, definitely when the markets are the way they are. So if we look over here on Dune, you can see we got around 1.5 million, right? Now, this wouldn't alleviate all sell pressure, of course, but what if we had 1 million, right, of these drip sitting in that single asset staking pool, right? Because clearly this shows people don't want to sell drip really at this price. Yes, people are selling, but clearly people see there's still value in drip long term. So if people could earn BUSD or a stable coin just for holding it, and you didn't give them a crazy APR over the hundreds, you locked it in at a certain rate, which would be understandable, I think that could be beneficial, because now you're also talking to more than just the people in DeFi. A lot of people can easily understand, okay, I can buy this asset, stake it here, and I get to earn a stable coin. That's easy to understand, because believe it or not, there's people in the ecosystem and there's other people on the outside looking in that don't really want to utilize the farm, right? Over time, I think that would change. But if you're talking about getting large exposure at scale, right, such as the fiat on-ramp, as I mentioned in a previous video, I think the fiat on-ramp is only as good as the utility. Why do I say that? Well, the fiat on-ramp is also targeting most of the traditional investors. Yes, you can buy the assets now with credit or a debit card. That's good, but I don't think that's just going to see an influx of investors if we don't have the utility for them to come in. Because if you think about it, we will have more people in crypto now today. Why do I say that? Because there are multiple fiat on-ramps now to buy most cryptocurrencies. And so we will have even more people in crypto. But a lot is going on in the markets right now. And of course, people are still unsure about just crypto in general, and then especially DeFi, because DeFi is the most riskiest, industry in the crypto space. And so this is why I said I do think the fiat on-ramp will be beneficial, but I think it's only going to be as good as the additional utility for drip and the ecosystem. So going back to what I said, one, I think if he did a single asset staking pool for drip, allowed it to earn BUSD rewards, and there was a tax on it as well, 2% in, 2% out, something like that, that would send additional drip to the tax vault, or if it would actually burn it, not send it to a dead wallet, but actually burn it out of circulating. But I think sending it to the tax vault could be better potentially. So that's my suggestion. Single asset staking pool, lock in the APR from anywhere from the minimum it will pay is 30% up to maybe 80%, which I think could be doable. And the reason why I say that, let's just say, for example, you put 10K of drip of value into that single asset staking pool. And in a perfect world, it was paying, 80% for that year. You know what I mean? So that means that 10K you got in there over that course of the year, you made 8K in BUSD rewards, and you didn't even have to sell the underlying asset. And some people say, well, Mike, you got the drip BUSD farm. Well, that's only for people who want to utilize the farm, right? That's for people who want to utilize the whole ecosystem, who want pigs. Not everybody want that, but some people want to utilize the ecosystem without having to use the whole farm. So I think that would be beneficial. And I also think if that was to happen, it will probably be the most staked pool in the ecosystem, because you got drip that can go up in price, and now you can actually hold it and earn a stable coin and no extra steps. If you want to get it to fiat, you just send that BUSD or whatever stable coin you have to the exchange that you have an account with and cash it out to fiat. It's that easy. So I think that would be beneficial. And so now you have people even from the outside looking in. They don't have to utilize the whole drip. You got people who don't want pigs, who don't want dogs, but they want passive income. So now you're able to gain more people. And over time, the more they're in that single asset staking pool, if they're earning money in that single asset staking pool, people are going to start to be like, well, if I'm earning money here, let me start to educate myself on the rest of the ecosystem to see how else I can earn, right? This is just a suggestion for me. I don't think Forex is going to do this because, again, he does think this will take away from the faucet, but I do think with additional utility, if he added a single asset staking pool with the lending, with the scratch eats, and people can now earn a stable asset in passive income through a stable coin just by staking drip, I think that would be beneficial. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Do you think I'm off on this, or do you think I got a pretty good idea of how this could help out drip? And then one thing real quick, let's say he can't do the BUSD reward. I think he should only do BNB. Do not make a single asset staking pool if it's going to earn pigs or dogs. I don't think he should do that, in my opinion. If he's going to do that, I think he should just not do a staking pool at all for drip. But I think, number one, if he could do BUSD or even USDC, whichever one, I think he should do that. Or at the very least, BNB. So the same thing applies. Drip your staking, BNB you will earn, and you will have 2% in, 2% out, drip being either burned out of the supply or being sent to the tax vault. And then also, if it's BNB, maybe you can make the APR a little bit higher or keep it in that same range to make it sustainable over time. That's what I think would be very beneficial, because just look at the drip that's being held. It's starting to go down slowly, but imagine if those people was putting it in the asset staking pool and now they're earning BUSD, right? As more additional utilities getting brought out for them to do something else with that drip. So again, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Do you think I'm on to something, or do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know, and I'll catch you on the next update.